Cyberbullying is a great example of how social media communication differs from face-to-face. Baccio, who has been licensed psychologist in New York State for over 30 years, stated, "Studies suggest that it takes place in a more extreme way over social media because the authors feel no responsibility." He also stated they probably wouldn't engage in bullying activity if they were face-to-face because of the consequences if they were caught in person by authority. There's a lot of ambiguity with social media, especially with the next generation developing social media skills. Do not let social media consume your life, and do not let it take away from face-to-face contact with others. We need to realize how much social media hurts the human race in general. People, especially teens, are hiding behind social media when they make posts. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are the top social networking websites, but people have been abusing them instead of using them correctly. Cyberbullying has begun to be huge and raised over the past couple years. 15% of all high school students have been bullied over the internet within the past year. Students tend to think of themselves feel better when they bully someone online. Since they don't have face-to-face contact with other people, they do not feel the harm that they're actually doing. They don't feel the damage that you have when you are in person talking to somebody. You don't get to feel their feelings or see if they're hurt. Also, when they do it online, then everyone else can see it also. And sometimes if they do it anonymously, then they have no idea who's even doing it, and then they could feel threatened. Tech guys can shut off your phones or your computers, can block sites on social media, but if you have issue takes away from human interaction. They start communication through discussions online instead of face-to-face. Doing this will make it harder and when they go outside of school for jobs and they actually have to speak face-to-face. They need prepared for this, for their careers or whatever it may be. Which leads me to my next problem. Even careers are trying to communicate online instead of person. When coworkers try and communicate over email, some things said can come across as rude and inappropriate when sometimes they may just be misunderstood. People need to focus on the real world, not virtual reality. If you start paying more attention to what is going on when you put down your electronics, you will see much more instead of what's just on your phone. It's bad for your eyes to look at a screen for multiple hours of the day. If you start putting the electronics down, you'll find a whole different scenery. Talking to people face-to-face can lead to stronger and deeper connections. Just because you are talking to them doesn't mean that's actually who they are. When you're behind a computer, you can be whoever you want to be. But when you talk to someone in person, you can actually see them and their reactions to things, and you actually feel their feelings. Also, with this being said, it's harder to bully someone in person than it is to online. There's a whole other world out there besides the world of social media. It's all fake and virtual. You need to meet the real sides of people, not just who they are behind a screen. You will think twice before hurting other people when you're actually talking to them. As well as not communicating with people face-to-face, you will lose the skill of interacting with the public, and it will make it harder to go through life. Here are a few 3 steps we need to take to protect ourselves from the world of technology. First, put down your electronics and go outside, or somewhere you can meet people, like a park. Today, it was over 70 degrees outside, and it would have been a perfect time to go on a walk, take your dog, whatever, take your pet, whatever it might be, and go to the park. See who other people you can meet. And then you can meet them, you can meet their pets. You never know what might happen if you go outside and talk to other people. See people for who they really are. Don't judge somebody from what they look like or a picture that you see online. Actually go up and talk to somebody and see what they have to say. You never know and don't realize what they've been through by just looking at somebody from a screen. They might have things that they've made up on there that they've never actually even been through, but you will never know. Second, go up to someone and have a face-to-face conversation. Don't just look at somebody from afar. Go talk to them, communicate. You might make somebody's day. Tell somebody hi, ask them how they're doing. You never know how, if somebody's had a rough day, and just saying hi or complimenting them may make them feel a million times better. There's no need to bully, let alone online, when you have nothing but other people on there just reading everything, and you might think it makes you feel good. But really, does it? Does it make you feel good to put others down? After seeing these problems we have in the world that have become because of social media, I hope it makes you take a second glance. I challenge you to take these 3 steps to go out and meet new people, rather than just online. By following this procedure, you might be surprised in how much this changes your lives, and you can persuade others to do the same. Thank you.
I think you said number 3.
Yeah, I shut up. I said